This dream should've came with a pain pill. This dream should've came with a pain pill.
Believe in yourself. Hey, yeah. Loved and hated, extremely motivated. Overcame the pain, I feel rehabilitated. Never let the frustration ever get the best of me. At times I would handle most of my problems too aggressively. Kept to myself, I was sick of people lying to me. Lifestyle, little rich and famous, it ain't all pretty. Glamorize the city lights, but damn I love the humble towns. Once I reach that natural high, I'm never coming down.
What if these Broadway lights don't shine like they supposed to? Will you work so hard that you lose everyone you're close to? Can you stand on stage, can you sing these songs so people don't know the words? Nashville can make you hurt. This dream should've came with a pain pill. This dream should've came with a pain pill. This dream should've came with a pain pill. Go down to the land of opportunity. These billboards help light the way. I never knew what this music shit can do to me, but I can't run away. My heart's been broken a time or two, and I can't count the times I've been used. I was looking for a treasure chest, but success don't come with clues. What if these Broadway lights don't shine like they're supposed to? Will you work so hard that you lose everyone you're close to? Can you stand on stage, can you sing these songs so people don't know the words? Nashville can make you hurt. This dream should've came with a pain pill. 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 This dream should've came with a pain pill.
allowing verbiage to run you off because you don't feel secure with your ability, you ain't for us. Prove it. We're so busy lying, we don't even recognize the truth no more in society. We want everybody to feel good. That's not the way life is.
Just put this up. Disclaimer. This is only an opinion. This is only an observation. I'm not saying it is you, but if it fits, it fits.
What is happening, everybody? You know what it is? It's Sunday night. Dirty Truth. We'll see what you guys got to say. The whole point is to have a conversation coming on. First off, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. I want to thank everybody that came and watched it. You got Evil Rick, Frogzilla, Dallas, Tweedle, Nori, Lone Cowboy, Black Outlaw is in the house. Wilkie, what is happening? Make sure nobody else is in the comments. Doc Harley. Can't forget you, Bobby. So, like always, I'm going to throw this out here. And you guys can come on. Give me what's happening. What's up, Ozarks HD Riders? What is happening, my man? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing great. There you go. There's the link in the chat. Come on. Let's talk about this because I know a lot of y'all been talking about it. Don't hide. Come out the back row. Come on down. Let's talk about it. Corey, what is happening, my man? What is happening, my man? We'll see what's happening. See who the first victim's going to be tonight. No, I'm joking. No victims. Everybody's got the point of view. Respect. As always, the rules are you're going to come on. I am the host. All right. Everybody has their point of view, and everybody can see what they want. Everybody can do what they want. But I will control it. What's up, DJ V? What's up, Rody? All right. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who I have a lot of respect for, and I love having conversations with him. It's Dr. Harley.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Corey.
Holy crap. I got a 2-for-1 sale here, boys. 3-for-1. Holy crap.
What's going on?
Well, I'm not going to say what happened last time I was in the room. I got called into a room with 3 guys. We had to have a long conversation there.
I was explaining that today. I got called into a back room and I stuck up against the back wall. I was like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. So, I guess you guys are still working on Corey's bike over there? Oh, absolutely not, dude. That's been done.
Put a stamp on that.
Oh, man. So what are we doing? Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation. That's why I'm in the studio.
Dude, you even changed the lights up on me. You got a little red going on tonight.
I figured hell's on 2 wheels. Let's make it look like hell.
Oh, dude, it looks like we're about to have a very serious conversation with that feeling you got going on there. So,
all right, hold on.
Oh.
Is that better? Purple?
No, this is not Noggins Live. We can change the purple.
Wow, shot fired. All right, that better? Put it on auto.
Yep. They're saying am I froze?
Yeah, you look like it.
Teal.
How's the audio?
My audio is fine.
I'm saying from me because my mic's still up in the garage.
Oh, no. It sounds fine to me.
All right.
Hell's is froze like a Twinkie.
Oh, that's pink. Because it's still different colors. Ah, there you are.
I can still hear you, Brody. All right. All right. Where are we starting at tonight, Doc?
Well, I don't know where you want to start.
Well, we got our favorite insurance agent in here, Jake from State Farm, is joining us too.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Jake.
Jake.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
What are you wearing?
I got my khakis on tonight, man. You can see I'm in a polo. I had to treat the old lady for her birthday, so we're definitely we pulled out the nice khakis.
Can I get an insurance quote while you're here?
Yeah.
So the dirty truth, biker, first biker, right?
Biker versus biker.
Well, you know, I've been doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking. I'm sure you know I would, over all the conversations we've had. I'm going to keep it real with you. You know, it's cool that, you know, we are who we are because of what we did. It's also cool what people want to ride and play in this world. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we all ride motorcycles. We all enjoy the wind, and that's all that matters. You think about it.
I love it, the fact that you actually thought about it instead of just being like, "Oh, F you, hills."
No, and you know, and to keeping it real, you know, when I was on set, you know, civilians didn't matter. I don't care what they did. Just don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect my organization. And I just left them alone. They want to strike up conversation, talk. That's cool. I'll talk. Want to buy me a beer? I'll buy you a beer. I don't care. But at the end of the day, you know, I knew who I was. They knew who they were. We were all in the wind, enjoying it and having fun. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I love it. All right, come on, Jake. Your point of view from your experience.
Oh man, you know,
he pulled his hero.
Kind of like Doc said. It's kind of like Doc said. You know, you respect me, I'll respect you. You know, I'm just here. I guess I'm more on the enthusiast side of things, and you know, I'm here to get out on the road, see what life is like on two wheels, and you know, sometimes you encounter some different things, some different challenges on twos that you don't in a cage. And, you know, life is certainly different on a bike instead of, you know, especially road tripping. And you get experiences that you don't get in a car. But ultimately, you know, I want to ride a ride without having any trouble. So I'm going to respect people as best I can. And ultimately, I think that's really what everybody wants is just, you know, some mutual respect on the road. And so let's ride our ride, get out there, crush some miles, and try not to get hit by a stupid cager.
Hey, Doc, what's your security back there think?
Well, security, Corey number one. Dr. Corey, what do you think?
I think Doc said it really well. I'm out to ride, have fun, enjoy. Whoever wants to ride with me, you know, let's go enjoy the wind. You know, whatever that makes people, however people want to classify that. Yeah.
So, in other words, now since you got stage 2, if you can keep up, stay up.
Sure.
You can keep up. If you can stay up, you can keep up. Let's go.
Yeah. Maybe once I get
there you go.
I need a functioning suspension.
There you go. I know a guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no guy who's got some of the best.
That's it. What about you, Roddy? What's your thoughts on this?
My sentiments go with Jake. Same thing. You know, being a motorcycle.
Talk to some friends. Can you please go sit with mommy?
Stay away from the cages. You know, and having respect for everybody. I just think that the respect factor out there. You know, being a military guy, it's all about respect. I mean, everybody has their place in motorcycling. You want to be in a club, you want to be an independent, you just want to ride on the weekend, you want to be like me, riding, you know, as far as I can, when I can. It's all good. It's just, you know, just to me, it's just be you. you know, and just have respect for everybody else. That's all. Just kind of also, I think you need to learn about everybody else's culture and just understand it and don't make stupid remarks. That's what I think. Like if you're stay in your lane, basically. Just stay in your lane.
It's quite simple. Yes, it's quite simple. Doc, it seems like we got a common theme with all this. It's just respect and knowing what lane you're traveling, just staying right there.
Yep.
So, a while back, Outlaw, he's got a comment. He says, "What if you don't know who you are? I'm still trying to find out who I am, and I'm 50 years old."
You'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Get a
out on
mentor.
twos. Get out on twos and ride your ride, and you'll figure out who you are, one way or another.
It's that simple, man. Ride your ride.
Right?
Find your tribe. That's what I like to say now. Find your tribe, and have fun riding your ride. Because everybody has a tribe. Everybody has their little people. That's you guys. You know, you get each other. You kind of know where you're going, and you know what I mean. So I don't know. I just find it funny. All I'm doing is trying to spark conversations.
Oh, you're sparking conversation, all right.
Gee.
More than you realize.
Probably not, because I've had a few phone calls from people that's not on social media about this stuff. And it's been great conversations because then you get people that doesn't do it, but they watch it, and it's awesome seeing their point of view about stuff. Because at the end of the day, you realize there's just a few common cores of everything. Like we touched on tonight, what's one of them that I heard over and over? Just finding respect. Just respect who it is and where they're going and what they're doing and stuff.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Since Doc's got like security running around now.
Damn right. Doc don't need security.
Doc, you've been running into troubles that you got this muscle hanging with you?
Yeah.
No, I was just working on Corey's bike today. You should have watched the live.
Yeah, you should have watched the live. Where were you? Eating ice cream?
Well, I had
Started at 11 and
some,
ended at,
Looks like he was swinging golf clubs.
it was on for like almost 5 hours.
Hey, what's wrong?
yeah, I wish I could swing a golf club. I had complaints to be dealing with.
Complaints, not about H2.
Yeah. No, not H2.
I thought that was Tweedle's department.
Not OF perform. Well, Tweedle's been farming that off to Jake.
Tweedle got all right. So if everybody knows, Jake's the complaint department now. So send your complaints to Jake. And Tweedle's HR.
Oh, he's human resources now, huh?
No, he wrong.
He wrong.
That was good.
Where is Tweedle tonight?
Where is he? Sitting there?
I don't know. I guess he don't want to hang out with us.
He wrong. That's awesome.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, he was on yours. He jumped on mine for a second. Let's see, DJV, number one rule: give respect to receive respect. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Don't worry, Jake. Dallas has your back because apparently you guys got like short power going on or something.
Oh, Tweedle's here.
My man, Dallas coming in clutch.
Yeah, Tweedle's here, but he don't like to show his face. So
Remember, he's HR. He
That's
wrong.
it, he wrong.
he wrong. Yeah, but here, what is?
But is he wrong when he's on the Bronze Chicken?
Oh, he's wrong a lot on the Bronx chicken.
Well, he did beat you to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Well, I have to be able to go first before I can say he beat me. So
Well, you were there. You did make it to the top.
I made it
These
to the
are the
top.
facts, and they're undisputable.
I made it to the top on my Harley Davidson diesel.
Yeah. You still made it to the top behind
Was
Tweedle.
that 1903 single cylinder?
Yeah. Yeah, she was
She was
clucking.
pumping.
She was clocking more than the bronze chicken.
Oof.
But yeah, true. What Miss Helbo? What were we saying true about?
So you came in after that Tweedle Beach to the top. Mo, you broke your bike.
Yeah, I broke. It broke.
Well, yeah.
Keep going.
Your parts cannot survive you.
One day I'll find somebody. I'll find some parts that will survive me one day.
Well, I'm sure OF Performance could develop some parts that could survive you.
I think maybe I should just go find a new project.
Fully billet aluminum.
You trying to throw some hints to us?
No.
Hey, Hot Wing is for sale. You never know.
Yeah.
Dude, I would
I
dude,
see,
people couldn't handle me on Hot Wing. Too much sexiness at once. All right.
Oh,
I see a twin turbo. What do you call those? Goldwing.
Yeah,
twin
Till
turbo
in your
gold
future.
ring.
there you go. Put 2 turbos on Hot Wing.
Two turbo, twin turbo Hot Wing.
Yep.
So
Don't worry. Trask will make it work for you.
that means it's not the Hot Wing anymore. That'd be the Atomic Wing.
You have real flames on it.
Yeah.
The Wu-Tang Whistle Wing.
What? Get back in your cubicle, Jake. Nah. Let's see, Lone Star Cowboy. Yep. He likes striking up conversations with everyone on the road, even bikers or non-bikers or MC members. It don't matter. That's the same way with us. Just get to know people.
That's it.
I froze again.
No, you're fine on my end.
Yeah, looks good here.
Oh. Moving again. Evil Rick's always. All right, Toyota, where the hell you at? Let's see, get your conversation.
I think it'd be interesting if we could get people on here that had a different take on it.
That's what I wanted. That's why it's like everybody is respectful with their own opinions. Like even you and I see it different, and we're having a conversation about it. Like,
Well, because we set the ground rules down long ago at the Cackleberry. One day we will sit there and have to agree that we disagree and then move on.
which we do.
And here's the thing. But I did a lot of soul searching about it. I did a lot of thinking about it. And
Well, here's. I don't mean to interrupt you, but here's the thing. These videos are purposely worded to get people talking. All right. But it's like I can't get anybody to have a conversation because how are we supposed to learn each other if we're not having conversations?
Yeah.
Let's see. Miles on 2, what's up? Thanks for coming back. He said since he started his YouTube stuff, the real culture is not here on social media. What's up, Miles? Why don't you join us? Tweedle won't join us. Tweedle says his opinion will tank my views. Well,
look, security even says let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's the personal security that's got them scared.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come in here.
Miles is right though. You go to different parts of the country, and I mean, some people even ride all over the world, but primarily you ride around the country. You get different cultures everywhere you go.
Yep.
Sometimes you run into a lot of like-minded people, but depending on where you go, there's a total different way of life just 3 states away sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
absolutely.
From South Carolina to Florida. Big culture difference.
I was gonna say, Doc, up where you live is totally different from where I live. Total different culture, different mindsets. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
stuff that's normal down here is totally foreign for some folks up there.
and see, here's the other thing. There's so many people out here doing what we do that there's people that we haven't even met that does this. That's on two wheels. So there's people that don't even know. Like you go out there. I meet more people that doesn't watch YouTube than I do meet people that watches YouTube.
Yep.
So
It's true. Even people in the biker community that do ride, they don't watch YouTube and they have no idea that this even exists until you hand them a sticker or you talk about it or say I didn't know that exists. You guys do that, and it's educational for them when they do jump on here and listen to somebody like yourself talking about culture and the biker world.
Yeah.
And it's actually schooling at some point. You learn a lot. I listen to people out here.
Yep. Just like DJ V just said, what's acceptable here on the East Coast might not be acceptable on the West Coast. So what's acceptable on the West Coast is not acceptable on the East Coast.
Then you throw the Midwest in there.
Just within the biker community, different set, different rules, same lifestyle. Could be the same organization, but different set of rules because of the culture.
Oh, shoot. Boomer's doing what I like to do. So he threw this out. So with all these culture differences, who decides what is fake?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It is a good question.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, it's a duck. But if you try and tell me that duck is a cow, that's fake.
Oh.
There you go.
Miles, you can't get a conversation because people who are on social media see everything as negative. If it isn't the same view as them, real men have disagreements and respect each other's opinions. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of me trying to do this dirty truth. The whole point of this. I figured if I rattled a little bit of cages, they would want to come out and just be like, well, this is how I feel about it. Which I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I do have people that contact me or they comment. I love hearing the different perspectives. Because not everybody takes the same path in life. So everybody's going to have a different point of view.
Exactly.
I will admit, deciphering what is fake, social media these days really does make it hard to figure out what is actual real versus fake. Anybody can look real for 5 or 10 minutes for a video, but what's to say that they're actually living that?
Yeah. This is turning into a great conversation. Of course, Outback Outlaw wants to know, what if you identify as a duck?
Nope, you're a cow.
You're a cow. All right, Angry Boomer starting it out again. So how does a fake biker walk?
With swag, I guess. I don't know.
With a man bun.
With a man bun, you said?
A man bun.
I'm sorry.
That's comments from Mrs. Doc Harley.
Yeah. Oh, great.
It's not a man bun, it's a bitch biscuit.
Or twat not.
Man bun with a dress.
When it involves
Well, here's my thing. Here's another thing. If a dude's solid and keeps his word and is good, that's a characteristic of a true biker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, doesn't
Man,
matter
because
how
he's
you. Is it as much as how you walk versus how you actually conduct yourself? So
To me, if a person says he's going to do something and does it, that speaks a lot to their integrity. Now,
right.
a person says they're going to do something and they couldn't accomplish it, and they have, good enough reasons why they couldn't accomplish it, and they promise you they could, that also speaks to their integrity in a positive way. Now, if they make up excuses and try and lie the way out of it, then that speaks negatively of their integrity.
Humility.
I take people for their word until you give me a reason not to. It's that simple. I know I angered another YouTuber because on somebody else's live, I said, well, I don't want to go to that rally because, I like being around real bikers, and that really pissed him off. And, never reached out to me and said, what did I mean by a real biker? And I could tell you, a real biker is somebody who rides their bike, somebody who likes to have a good time and enjoy the camaraderie and everything that you would find at a rally. Now, what's not a real biker are the guys who buy the bikes, pull them out of the garage, talk about these great rides that they plan on doing, and they never put more than 500 to 1,000 miles on the bike a year. But if that's what they choose, and that's what makes them happy, fine. That's perfectly fine with me. Don't sit there and tell me you're a real biker, because you know what? According to the odometer on your bike, that was a lie.
The odometer tells the story.
That's it.
Well, now let me give you another point of view on that. So if you guys don't know, me and Doc love having these conversations all the time. What's the meaning of life? Basically, type of conversations. Sometimes life gets in the way, and they can only do so many miles a year. But when they have the opportunity, they choose to put the miles on the bike. So what if they can only do 1,000 miles a year?
That's a different story, though. I mean, take somebody like Rody. He puts, tens of thousands of miles on his bike a year.
All winter long in the snow.
Rides year round. To me, that's a biker. He prefers to be on his bike than in a cage. Same thing with Corey. He puts lots of miles on his bike and enjoys the ride and the camaraderie and everything. That's a biker, in my opinion.
Basically, what you're getting to is they live the life. They live what they talk about.
And they're both stand-up men.
Especially Corey. Look at him. He's standing up right now.
I'm not really standing. I'm more leaning.
The bookshelf's holding him.
I wore him out in the garage. I wore him out today. I made him do most of the work on his bike.
That's great.
Let's see what Miss Hellbelly has to say. Is social media and YouTube giving a false sense of what is appropriate and by adopting bad trends?
I don't know.
I mean, I can see it from one point, but it goes back to the person. Do you take stuff with a grain of salt, or are you actually watching people that you truly know when they say something, it's legit?
Even Rick wants me to get you guys a chair.
Oh no, I'm all right.
No, we're fine.
Yeah,
See,
just asked.
they don't want a chair. They're not old like me.
Old like you.
Old and crusty.
Oh, my back is older.
You're just
than
not
everyone.
crusty.
I'm old.
Holy crap! Is Mel in there too?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mel's here too.
I'm in
that's the
door
chief of
jam.
security.
That's the real boss.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
And then it goes to hellfire red when you say it.
See, I've always said
I am
it.
the underworld.
Mel is more OG than I am.
Let's see. I'm catching up on the comments here. Since these. Okay. Oh, the age-old question. Miles on 2. Bring it up. So, is a real biker guy who trailers to every rally?
Hey, you know what? If you trailer to a rally, trailer to a rally. I don't care. Because are you pulling the trailer behind your RV?
Yeah, are you
Are
bringing
you
your house with
living-
you?
Are you bringing your house with you? Because I'll be honest with you, I've trailered to rallies. Because when I go to Myrtle Beach, I leave here at 9 o'clock at night after working all day. And I'd rather be in a cage trailing the bikes, putting the driving up with people in the vehicle with me. When I go to Daytona, I'm in a 35-foot RV pulling a trailer. You know, it's not my RV, but I go with my buddy, it's his RV. But have I ridden to Daytona? Yes. Have I ridden to Sturgis? Yes. And I did all that in the same year. I hit the big three in 1 year, all on a 93 Softail.
All right, so you're kind of the same boat as me. You've done it. You've planted your flags. You've done it,
Yeah, been there, done that.
and then you kind of learn. And it's not always bad to trailer to a rally.
No, because when I rode out to Sturgis, took me 3 days to get there, 800 miles a day on a Softail with a Badlander seat. I physically could not stand up straight for the next 3 to 4 days. I bruised my kidneys because I was pissing blood, and I did zero riding out in the Dakotas and around surrounding areas. I just hung out at the Chip where I was staying, and then when I left, I was sitting there thinking, I'm just going to ship this home and fly home, because that was just too brutal coming out. But at the time, I was prospecting for an organization that I needed my bike for, and I had to be there on Sunday morning.
Right.
So, you know, I put on my big boy panties and, you know, rode that thing all the way back to
You got
Connecticut.
panties?
Yeah.
You got big boy panties?
Big boy panties.
Are they
Yeah.
pink?
His
Big
biker,
pink?
his biker thong. All right,
Yeah, the biker thong.
Julio's men thong.
Yes, they're made by Julio.
but there are some rallies like say Sturgis. You know, we'll put it on the trailer and we'll go because we take our house with us. We take our place to stay with us.
Makes sense.
But there are some that we ride because the whole point of the journey and going to that rally is getting with the guys and riding to it and riding back from it.
Yep. It's not the destination, it's the journey.
Right. It's about spending time with the boys and get out there and smash some miles with them.
Yep. You never build a tighter bond with somebody till you go out there and smash some miles.
Yeah, I definitely think it's situational dependent, because you know sometimes you got guys that in the industry, they go out there and they're setting up, and you know they're trying to make their way, but that usually does include bringing a trailer, and maybe they get a chance to slide the bike into some open spot.
Yep.
I, for one, would love to ride to as many rallies as I can. You know, I think, like you guys said, that's part of the journey.
So, Jake, I got a question for you. Since you want to ride to a rally, come to Biketoberfest, are you going to ride or are you going to trailer to Biketoberfest?
You know, Doc, that is such an out of the way drive for me. I was trying to decide if I'm going to trailer it. No, I'm going to ride.
Just so everybody knows, he's in Central Florida.
Around the corner.
All right.
No, I'm,
so
I'm
now,
looking forward to getting up there for a little bit.
so now we're getting to a different thing. New rider versus years of experience of doing stuff.
That'd be Corey.
No, I'm talking about me and you, Doug.
Oh,
Okay.
the Graybeards.
The Graybeards versus the new rider. I was just like him. Like, you would not catch me with my bike on a trailer ever. It didn't matter what the weather was or where I was going. You would never catch my bike on a trailer. Now I get a little more experience, and I'm kind of like, I've done it. And I'm like, let's put it on the trailer.
To recover.
Yeah.
You know, you get up out of bed, your bones start cracking. You're like, all right, there's the alarm.
My phone is.
But sometimes you just have to get on it and just prove the young pups that you still got it.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, I mean, we all start at the ride everywhere stage. You know, I'm not at the graybeard age yet, so I do.
You got a little while.
would love to ride everywhere I can. But I definitely can respect the creature comforts as well.
Absolutely.
But again, I'm still new in my journey, and that's what I want to do. I want to try and hit all the big stuff at least once on the bike. And I understand that sometimes circumstances prevail and it's not always possible, but I want to get crush as many miles as I can. And, I made my first big trip back in June, thanks to Papa Hells.
Who's your daddy?
I'd never been past Daytona, and so I went out with him up to West Virginia, and every mile past Daytona was a new mile for me.
Yeah, but we went on a roundabout. We didn't just go straight to it.
We did. We crushed almost it was almost 900 miles the first day.
Yeah,
that was my first trip.
And you did that on a stock seat on your.
I did. The bike's completely stock. The only thing that's aftermarket is the sissy bar and a set of homemade bags.
That's just bad juju on that seat, man.
My behind and lower back.
I'm still running it.
Yep.
I haven't had a chance to get a new one yet.
One wasn't built in a day. Well, who knows? When I opened up the T-shirt sales, and for every T-shirt you buy is an entry into maybe winning Spaceballs, you might win it.
Yeah, Steph can take yours, and you can take Spaceballs.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now we're getting to this is where this conversation. I have a view, you have a view. We got gray beards, we got new riders, we got guys only been. You know what I mean? There's so many aspects people could talk about this, and actually, probably if more people talked about it, this would be a wealth of information for somebody on this social media, because you get so many views and aspects.
Well, here's the thing: is everybody's going to have a different view and a different feeling about it. It all depends on their situation in life and their life circumstances, and you would have to respect that. You can't sit there and say, well, you trailer to, Florida from, Georgia or Connecticut or New York and say, oh, you're not a real biker because you trailered down. Well, look at the situation. Did they go bring a house with them? Did they go with a bunch of people? Did it make more sense, doing it that way?
Right.
Look at the situation. Could it be a medical thing that they can't spend that much time on a bike, but they still like to ride?
There you go.
You got to respect that on that person, And when the people looked at me and said to me, oh, you trailered down to Daytona? What the hell? I said, did you even go? No, then shut up because you weren't there.
Right. My correct answer for my life might not be the same correct answer for your life.
Yep.
All right, Jake, you answer this question here.
What we got?
So, what are town riders? Never leave their town.
Those are called fear riders.
Well, Frogzilla, I will openly admit that most of the miles on my bike are actually in town. I've got am right at just over 7,000 miles on a bike that I bought at the end of March. But I commute on that bike, and that's a half hour to work and then a half hour from home back home. So most of my miles are in the north half of the county that I'm currently living in. Occasional trips up to Daytona, the one trip to West Virginia, and I just made a trip to Panama City Beach on the bike. So I do most of my miles in town. That's my current situation. It's cheaper for me to ride the bike than it is to drive my old truck. Diesel is way too high for the area. So, you know, that's my situation. It's easier for me to ride the bike, and it's cheaper. You know, half a tank of diesel is almost 3 tanks of premium gas for me right now. So
there you go.
That's what I do.
And there's nothing wrong with that either. If that's what you want to do.
No,
you're going out there and you're putting miles on, you're getting in the wind.
Yep.
And that's all that matters when you buy a motorcycle, is because you want to get in the wind, you want to feel the freedom of being in the wind.
You're still
But
on
I'll
a
tell you
bike.
that trip to Panama City was wonderful. Took some back highways, and you know, not a lot of traffic, and it was nice. Just me and the road. You know, I got a little comms unit, so I was doing some music too. But man, it was nice to get out and just hit the road. And granted, it's a lot of straight roads here in Florida, so you know, the occasional turn and a slight curve here and there. Dodge a cow in Ocala, but
Yeah,
no, it was great to just get out and cruise, man.
The Florida Dragon, 11
Yep.
turns and 318 miles.
Yeah, I think it was right around 700 miles round trip, 600 or 700, something like that, and it was great.
All right, so Angry Boomer, on his point of view here, he sees YouTube can create fakes. You can take footage for a week, break it up, and make it look like you put on 100,000 plus miles in one season. Yep, the magic of editing. Taking shitty footage and making it look like a Steven Spielberg.
I'm not that talented, so.
Oh, I've had Crystal be like, "How in the hell did you do that?" Don't worry about it.
I'm sitting there watching your video tonight. I said, how the hell does he do all that with the backgrounds and everything? I'm like, that's some pretty good editing.
I literally sit like right here, film it, and then I edited everything else in.
You do a great job at it.
Of course, Miss Hellbelly, she wants to ride the Sturgis. This got brought up tonight, so we're going to Sturgis next year, and she says she's not riding in the truck. She wants to ride to Sturgis so she can say she's done it, and she wants to put a sign on the back of her bike that says "Show me your boobs."
On the back.
Yeah.
So when people see it, she's not going to see the boobs.
I don't know when. Well, true. She needs to put it on the front as fast as she rides.
Well, if you're behind her, you'll see the boobs.
There we go. Who cares? She sees them. Show me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll be trailing behind somewhere behind him, so maybe I'll catch him.
Let's see. Lone Cowboy, his 2020 just turned 40,000 miles. What am I considered?
Oh. Sorry. Not a cat.
I don't know.
Neither did I.
I'll play devil's advocate here. Lone Cowboy, how many miles were on it when you bought it?
True. Because
You
he's
bought
saying
it at 39 and you just rolled 40.
I mean, if you think about it, I have the same year bike, right? You guys see how much we've traveled the country, rode around, and I'm in the 40,000. Well, I'm almost 50, but still, I'm in that 40,000 range.
And your bike's been down for the past few months too.
Thanks for reminding me, Doc. I love you too.
Don't worry.
That's what he's
Performance
here
bagger
for.
life.
Keep you reminded.
Got that broke ass bike. Beautiful, but it's broke ass.
I got some things in my head along with other voices, but don't worry about it.
Other voices.
That's all I'm hearing. I'm not seeing no progress. I'm working on things. I'm working on things.
Yeah.
Move them, but we ain't hearing nothing.
Wow, right out of left field, Brody.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Will you calm your security down back there?
Hey, you're gonna have to deal with them. That's my security.
No, Oh,
Like I need security. I don't. I'm a nobody, man.
oh, disruptions in the house. How many rallies you show up to, or how your bike got there, has nothing to do with being a biker. Rallies have sucked and became so commercial since the mid '90s.
That's
Yes.
I gotta put a check mark on that one.
Yes. I will say this though, there are some old school rallies that are happening. I haven't been to. I'd like to get to them. Like Eureka Springs. I hear that's a pretty much an old school rally.
Or like the one that's going to happen in June this year in West Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah,
Is it gonna be
in
old
June.
school?
Smoke Out is another one that's an old school rally.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I will throw Catskill Mountain Thunder up as an old school rally because there wasn't a lot of commercialization there.
No, but it looked cool as hell.
Yeah, the biker build off was awesome. The bands were amazing, and to the point, it was such a small rally that it was easy to bump into and hang out with the CJ from Drowning Pool, the singer from Saliva, you know, and that was awesome to hang out with those guys and talk to them and everything. And it was an old school rally feel. It was very slow paced. It was very relaxed. It wasn't, felt like, oh, this is going on, we got to go here. Now this is going on, we got to go here, and this is going on, I got to go there. No, you just go and you have a good time and partied at night and got up, went to breakfast, and start all over next day.
So it's exactly what Disruption's saying here. Rallies were meant to be a time and place for bikers to meet and gather. It's pretty much what you're saying it was. Like,
yeah.
Oh, so Lone Cowboy started riding in 19. He had a bike way back in the day. But bull riding horses took over the feeling of freedom for a while. Now it's back on the bike. Well, I bet the bike seems awfully tame compared to riding a bull.
Hey, security's leaving.
We're out of here.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Have a
catch
good one,
you.
guys.
Bye.
We'll be listening to you on the ride home.
Do a burnout.
Alrighty.
Already did.
He already did.
Mistake.
See you guys later.
He did the
Peace.
burnout on cold, wet roads.
Yeah.
This is what I love.
No flip flops.
Miles on 2. I can respect that. I don't agree, but I can respect that. See, this is the conversations that I want.
Yeah.
This is the conversations that I want. I love seeing different points of view.
Yeah. Now, would I say that rally was the best rally I've been to this year? No. Did I have fun? Absolutely. Did I meet some different people that I normally don't see at other rallies? Absolutely. But, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a vendor whore. I like going to the vendors and seeing what's coming up, what's new, what's going to be released soon. And at a non-commercial style rally, that's not there.
Well, you're not going to get it with us because ours is going to be more hangout, have fun, party, great riding, some awesome bands. So
nice.
And
gonna get Drowning Pool
and raising some money for the kids.
Awesome.
Drowning Pool. So if you guys don't know, Doc's famous now.
No,
just
not
let you
famous.
know. Oh, he's famous.
No,
I'm
just me, man.
I saw the pictures. I've seen the proof.
Yeah, I think your response to the picture was.
It was.
Yeah, I think that's a direct quote.
I'm like, this motherfucker. Look at this.
Oh, so you don't want to see the CD I got that was handed to me by CJ that he had every band member sign?
Geez, Doc.
Or the poster that all the band members signed, marked 1 of 1?
I hope people don't take what I'm doing the wrong way, as I don't support Doc. But I'm a little jealous right now. A little jealous.
It was just right place, right time kind of thing,
Okay, that's what I've noticed with these rallies. Okay, they're not always the best, they're always funnest, but a lot of times You end up in the right place at the right time to meet the right people.
Yep. That's 100% accurate.
Yes, Nori, I will make fun of you for trailing your bike 3 hours to Myrtle Beach.
But
Just
then
because
again, he went from
He did.
Orlando home multiple times on 2 wheels. You know what I mean? While he
Oh,
was
yeah.
down in Florida for school. So
Oh yeah, he would rip it back to Florida because we, have an event or something going on he wanted to be at. Next thing you know, he's just ripping to get back down to us.
Yeah, he doesn't get a pass.
Let's see. I can see this point. With Miles 1-2. Toy hauler or not, if you trailer to an in-state rally, you're not about it. I can respect and see that point of view because it's not that long of a ride. It's not that far of a distance.
right.
I can see it.
I've seen it where I was at a rally in upstate New York quite some years ago, and a lot of trikes and gold wings and full dressers registered in the same state were trailered up, pulled out of the trailer, and I swear weeds were growing around the bike by the time the end of the rally.
For me, I wouldn't think about trailering to an in-state rally. Like within 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, I wouldn't. When I think about trailering, it'd be like taking off going from Florida to Sturgis or Ohio to Florida or from you to Florida. I would think about it then. But if I'm just going 3 or 4 hours across the state to go to something, I'm not going to think about it because I want to make it a day ride. I want to go ride around and enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, for me to go to Myrtle Beach, it's 15 hours.
Yeah. See?
One way. And I had the truck and trailer to do it, so I did it. Now, if I go back to Myrtle Beach, I don't have a truck and trailer anymore. So if I go back, I will be riding.
Frogzilla, the whole town riders, some people just might not be comfortable. They're used to the little area, and that's where they like to stay, and they just might not be comfortable going any farther.
Yep. Or some of them might have restrictions. They can't leave the state.
True. Very true. Let's see.
See, I think the restrictions aside, the not comfortable thing, I think that's where the mentor comes back into play. Because you're never, if you stick to your little comfort spot, you're never going to get more skilled as a rider. You're never going to grow in your skill and your abilities.
As far as riding abilities, yes, but as far as someone leaving their area because they're comfortable there, that's where they have to exercise their own personal courage and sit there and say, okay, I'm going to ride here, and okay, this is the furthest I've ridden on my bike.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time they sit there and goes to a place else, hey, now this is the furthest I've ridden on my bike. And I've done that in 2010 when I rode down to Daytona for Bike Week. That's the furthest I've been on a bike. And then went up to Laconia. I said, well, not the furthest I've been on the bike, but I made it here. And then when I went out to Sturgis, I said, this is definitely the furthest I've ever ridden on the bike. And today, that is still, and that was 13 years ago, still the furthest I've ever ridden on my bike on one trip.
Yeah. See, and I kind of had that as well, but my trip to West Virginia, I had my mentor with me, and he took me up, and then I rode solo on the way back. They stayed up there a little bit longer, and I rode back, but I stuck to the major highways, so stuff like worrying about gas wasn't too big of a deal because there's major interstates, there's gas every 15, 20
And if your bike breaks down, guarantee you there's at least 30 Harley Davidson dealerships between there and home right off of 95.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wasn't really worried because the route he was taking home, he was close enough to me. If something happened to him, I could get him help. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. But still, you know.
Well, and that 95 corridor, I know several folks along the way too, and
Yep.
it's really not that hard to give somebody a call, and
Well,
I can get something figured out.
it was also kind of like I took you on this wild adventure up there, and you had to go home. It was like, free bird, fly, fly.
Come on, you could be honest. You were sad that he left.
I'll be straight. I was worried about him. Just because, I'm a good buddy and I don't want anything happen to him. And I know I kind of took him somewhere with a bike that he hasn't ridden before. So, yeah.
And had problems with earlier that trip.
Yeah. So, being the good guy I am, I actually made sure that I knew what was up and what was happening with him because I didn't want anything to go wrong. Plus, I know his wife would kill me. So,
Yeah.
Yep, I can see that conversation. I'll let him go with you.
That was a pre-conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Outback Outlaw. We have turns. I know down there in the Outback, it's just a lot of nothing. Let's see what we got.
Angry Boomer, I can give you an update on Panama City Beach. I don't know when the last time that you were there was, but definitely not as many dunes anymore. There's actually the nightclubs are pretty slim too. It's mostly just condos.
So, Miles on 2 puts this comment up. Are you living in an RV full time and it's your actual house, like a snowbird? If not, you are not about it. So, yeah, we live in an RV full time, but like I can tell you, we would go somewhere, park the RV, and then we would take off. Like we, take off and ride a few states, come back. Or we park and we go ride to a rally and come back. So, yeah, I can see his point. If it's your house, like us, you're taking the house with you. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Me and other people bring the RV because it's cheaper than staying in a hotel, and tents suck if you have another option. That's the truth. My gosh, the freaking hotel rates for these rallies, they're getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, for Laconia, and I always book like 9 to 10 months in advance for rallies because they book up quick. And I stayed at the Holiday Inn Expresses, and they were about $300 a night for a Holiday Inn Express.
Wow.
Normally $90.
Insane.
Yep.
Dude, these guys are like talking it up in the chat here. I love it. Well, I can't ride much at the moment, so I put my helmet on and sit on the bike in my garage. It's still seat time.
Yeah.
Hey, simulators make pilots.
That's true. That is true.
Simulators make racers. Those bike racers, they do a lot of time on sims.
Just so you know, Miss Hellbelly would rather ride endless miles for no reason. And that is the truth. It's more like, hey, we got to go back. Like, we got stuff to do. We got to turn around. If not, she would be on that bike and just ride and ride and ride and ride and ride. Which I'm not complaining about. because it's never like, "Hey, you want to go ride?" It's more like her, like, "Get up off the couch, we're going somewhere."
And you're like, all right, fine.
Yeah, break my heart. I have to ride my motorcycle today. Break my heart. Let's see what we got on. Just back and forth.
Speaking of motorcycles from Miss Hillbilly, how is that hunt coming? A little off topic, but
A little off
curiosity.
topic, but you'll just have to follow along with the channel to see what we have in store. Remember, I said I had some things in my head, and it wasn't the voices.
Well, you know, it's always the
Don't let them
voices.
fool you. The voices are still there.
Yeah.
What was it the other day? I got bored, Jake, and I was starting to have a conversation with myself on a group chat.
Two different Instagram accounts.
Oh, I've done that.
Most
I've
people
done
would
that on
define that as
Facebook.
insanity.
I've done that on Facebook. Picked a fight with myself on Facebook.
Yeah, Toby. Let's see here. What if a person rode a few thousand miles around the country and decided they wanted to trailer a short distance to take a break? I can attest for that, but I never did it. I mean, about mile 9,000 something in day 20, that's all I had to freaking pick the bike up, and my rear end was sore. And then Chris was like, "I'll help you pick it. Don't you dare, woman, touch this bike."
Don't emasculate me.
Yeah. Get over there. Go away.
Not man enough to pick up your own bike. Got to get the old lady to help you.
I did it.
I know you did, but you know what? That's
just like when she started riding, I said, "You need to learn to pick up your own bike. If you're going to ride your own bike, you need to be able to pick up your own bike."
So you knocked it over on her.
I didn't have to. She did it.
Oh.
Like, she could give a good class on how to pick up a bike because she is freaking skilled at it.
Oh yeah, I bet she is. I bet you she can give a class on riding too.
Skills usually mean lots of practice.
Yeah, okay. Let's see the disruption. What if I want to ride somewhere, but I know the bike won't do 1,000 miles? So trailer to the place I want to ride and then back home. Of course, she's talking about his 1974 FLH. It will never stop.
Put the FLH on a trailer behind the 09 Classic.
You don't have the 09 Classic anymore. That bike, I'll put it right here. If you go back and look through some old videos of ours, he claims to win also on my bike. Just to let you know, it was a short victory, but he claims to win because he got in front of the bike. Now it was raining. We was turning through a stoplight, but he still got in front of me. Dude, we're having some great conversations to side chat. If you're not following along, I cannot get to all of these.
I'd like to call out Frogzilla's real quick. He let his friend ride his bike his whole summer because he was dying of cancer and his bike was broke down. I'd say that's a noble cause right there. You gave a man the last little bit of freedom he had while he was still alive because he was down and out in the worst way. And his bike was down on top of it. That's worth giving up a few miles out of my seat.
Toby, what do you mean by this comment? What What's it run you to on a full tank of gas? I don't know what you're meaning in the comment. Of course, we got them talking about how expensive hotels are now. They are ridiculously expensive.
Angry Boomer, Spinnaker is no longer in Panama City Beach. They got hit with Hurricane Michael 5 years ago. Did a whole lot of damage, and it was a Cat 5 hurricane that hit Mexico Beach. They could not rebuild, so they're turning it into Tootsie's Orchid Lounge now.
Oh, sounds, yeah. Anyways, Gliding on Twos is offering a riding service where he'll ride your bike from point A to point B, just so you can keep the bike happy, and at the same time, the odometer will keep increasing. So you can claim those miles without actually having to ride them. Let's see. Why isn't Tweedle got on? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I know Nori's busy. Here, I'm gonna throw this back out. Anybody wants to come on and add their thoughts? We haven't even gotten into the brother video. Everybody's just talking about the biker video. I threw the word using the word brother out. I mean, I know Doc and I kind of got into it with his show, but
Oh yeah!
oh
Come
yeah,
on, brother. What are you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? Yeah!
hell yeah, brother. But I had the reason I say that is because I had a great comment from the USMC Pigs, that guy, and I can see it, especially everybody on screen here, military. He was talking about where he got the whole brother with the military side of it and everything. So I could see his point with that.
Yep.
I don't know if I posted the link back up, but I think I posted it.
Yeah, it's up.
Is it? All right, it's up. Yeah. But let's see. Is the news sports or yes a hangout? Oh my gosh. Tweedle, stay on track. Stay focused. Yeah, these guys are like having their own conversation in here. I love it. I love it. Brotherhood was your last comment. Let me try to find it. Frogzilla. Let me try to find it. I have never seen my live chat be this busy. And I want to appreciate and thank everybody that came on that's in this, in this live chat. Miles, Boomer, Disruption, Toby Wilkie, Tweedle, Frogzilla, Evil Rick.
Hells, I think he might be referring to the buddy that was dying of cancer.
Oh, okay.
With his brotherhood comment.
Well, that is a brother thing to do. Like, bro, ride it out. That's true love right there when you're letting another person ride your motorcycle.
See, now Outback Outlaw just came up with a good question right there.
Yeah, what about the people who want to fit into a culture because they have lived a different life, not had the same opportunities? Ooh, that is a good question there.
And here's my opinion on it.
All right, Doc's up first.
If you grew up in a different lifestyle and community, and you wanted to get into the biker community or a scene, whether it's a club scene or just a bunch of guys that get together or guys and girls that get together and ride, there's nothing wrong with that, because you would bring different perspective to the table than somebody that's was brought up in this lifestyle. They'll bring only limited experiences into the group, where if you come from a different lifestyle, you could bring different experiences and different points of view into that group. So there's nothing wrong with, you know, getting into the biker lifestyle when you did not grow up in it. There's a lot of people who have not grown up into it that, you know, work their way into it. I mean, there's a lot of people that either come out of the military, come out of the police force, or fire department, or first responders that get into this lifestyle because when they retire, they're looking for the same type of closeness with like-minded people that they had, and then since they retired, they really don't have that anymore.
Right. It also
That is
fits.
actually a normal progression into this lifestyle.
That's how I progressed into it. You know, coming out of the military, and you kind of look for something that is in the same realm, same structure, same stuff you're talking about, Doc.
Yep.
And I just went and found them. I just rode around until I found somebody, started talking to them.
Yep. And a great way to do it is go to a bike night. Go to places where other motorcyclists hang out, whether they're bikers or enthusiasts, or the term rub, which by definition, I'm a rub now. But,
Now,
you know, I don't
yep.
make excuses or apologize because I made good decisions with my life to put me into that rub category, you know? So it happens. You know, by definition, Hells, you could be a rub too.
Yeah, we've had this conversation. I'm like, yeah, I could be too, because same thing. You know, you work your way into having that nice stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you made good decisions, and, you know, whether, you know, you suffer the consequences of every decision, whether it's good or bad.
Yep.
You know, I suffer the consequence of every day with my life because I married a great woman.
Yeah.
And I take that suffering gladly.
Yeah, it's yeah, my advice is it's not as scary to go and talk to them and just learn. Even if you don't want to, even if you aren't thinking about actually joining into that stuff, but you just want to talk to somebody, 99.9% of the chance they'll sit around and talk to you, and they'll give you some great advice. You know.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the way it was with me with civilians. I talk to all kinds of them and give them great advice. It's just, I don't know. It's not as scary as people think it is to talk to other people. So my advice is go out there, meet people, talk, especially if they're gray beards. They could probably tell you 500,000 ways how not to do it.
Yep.
So
I like talking to the guys that've been riding a lot longer than I have, you know, and their experiences and where they've been, especially when they start talking about the old pans and knuckleheads that they had. And I just eat that up because I just love those motors, you know, and riding with those and having to change their points on the side of the road halfway through a ride because they got burnt out or the condenser blew or, you know, whatever. I mean, we're talking old school ignition here.
Yeah.
That 99.9 mechanics of today don't know how to set points.
Yeah, the piggyback on top of that is if you listen closely, you don't think they're actually telling you a story that will give you advice. And I'll say this because I've ran into it, but I've actually remembered a story from a graybeard in a situation. I'm like, holy crap. I'm going to do it this way. I've heard this story before.
Yeah.
And it's helped me out.
A situation arose and I looked at somebody who was in the life a lot longer than me. And I says, I need to go to you for your wisdom and your guidance. what do you suggest? And they said, well, I never experienced this in the past, but this is how I look at it, and this is my advice, which happened to be sound advice. You just got to
I did
take the
that.
time to listen.
I did that just this last week.
Well, tell your story.
Story time with Jake.
Well,
Make
new
him
rider
frustrated.
experience
Really
here.
appreciate it.
Like everybody who rides on two wheels, at some point you have somebody try to take you out.
Oh, I know this story. Oh, I know this story.
Oh yeah, and
I don't. Do tell. Do
riding.
tell.
I'm just riding through town. You know, there's a highway that runs through the middle of town, and just cruising right along. And like 90% of the people on the road, they're not paying attention to what they're doing. And she decided she wanted the lane that I was in, and paid no mind to me being there. And you know, took a little bit of grabbing and steering, and you know, grab the brake, steer a little bit, and weasel my way out of that hard spot to keep everything upright. And boy, does that get the adrenaline moving. And I finally got home, called up Hells, and was like, what do you do? Like, she was not remorseful. She was, you know, paying absolutely no mind. Took me, you know, probably 30 seconds, which doesn't sound that long, but when you're on the road, it is kind of a bit of time. You know, it took me some time to get her attention before she even realized, you know, that I was there. And that was me, you know, trying to let her know, you know, pay attention, because you almost took me out. And, you know, like I said, adrenaline's moving. I'm still new, so it's, you know, that's not something that's happened to me very many times. So I called up one of the few people who I have the phone numbers to, and was, Hells, what do you do in this situation? Of course, Hells comes from a
Hey,
much different
just stop the
background
story
from
right
me.
there. Don't. I allegedly said something.
I was going to put my 2 cents on that.
I wasn't gonna say what you told me. I was just gonna say you come from a different background, so you know, sometimes you have to. Discretion is the better part of valor. Let's put it that way.
All right, Miss Elba wants to interject here. What?
Well, I just I noticed that your advice to him was very different than your advice to me on that situation.
I bow to her greatness.
And so when bikes start coming on to me, as he's teaching me how to ride, one of the things he taught me to do, or is still teaching me, is I have to learn to control the cars and be a more aggressive rider rather than a defensive rider, and have the cars react to me versus me reacting to the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is not the same advice you gave him.
All right, so the reason it's 2 separate advices, and this is not to degrade Jake or nothing. You also have 2 different sets of skill levels here.
I was just going to say that. Advice that goes to the skill level. And no disrespect to you at all, Jake, on that, but just keeping it real.
No, I mean, it's
you're a new
100%
rider,
correct.
and you're getting out there and you're doing it, man, and you're loving it, and that's all that matters. But you know, the advice that, you know, Hells would give Miss Hellbelly there would be different than what he gives you, and be different what he gives me. It's all dependent on the person's ability to handle themselves and their machine.
And that was a new area for me. I grew up in that area, but I had never ridden a bike in that area. So, you know, and a lot has changed, especially in the last 5 years after that hurricane came through. You know, construction is out the wazoo there. You know, lots of road work in the area. So traffic flow is different from what I remember it being and there's 200 people a week moving to that area right now. And so there's a lot more traffic from even where I currently live. And, riding aggressive in town is a little bit harder than it would be here where I currently am. And, Central Florida area, it's not as easy up there because there's so many more people in a much smaller area.
Right.
And a lot more traffic lights.
But
Way
what
more
we're
traffic lights.
getting to is like if I call Doc for advice, then what he's saying, we'll probably talk to each other on a different advice or opinion because of the different experience, different skill level.
Right.
Like if I call and ask Doc for an opinion or advice, I have enough respect to know that I could possibly be called a dumbass because
Dumbass.
see. Because if you're true friends with people, you're just gonna be straight with them. You're not going to sugarcoat it.
Nope.
Right, Jake? I do it to you.
You sure
Dumbass.
did.
No,
And I
what
mean,
feel
I
like
wouldn't
Walter from Jeff Dunham. Dumbass.
I wouldn't expect either you or Doc to sugarcoat it, or even Miss Hellbelly for that matter. She's every bit as
I should just slap you in the
brash as
back
you
of the
are.
head.
She seriously would, man.
And you love every second of it.
Actually, our wives are probably when Steph learns. That's what I'm going to worry about is when Steph starts learning, because then them two can scheme against us two. Jeez.
My wife looks
That's
at
why I
me
said she
at
doesn't
least
get a built bike.
once or twice a day, and they're looking her face is looking at me. She's just going, "You're such a dumbass." She doesn't say it, but I can see it in her eyes.
Gliding on twos. I had an old guy tell me about the ball bearing thing at one point too. But again, sometimes discretion is the better part of valor.
And the reason I say that to you is because I've had to learn that in my life. I've had to learn sometimes the people are not worth your energy.
Yep. Sometimes no reaction's the best reaction.
Yep. Because straight up, most of us come from an alpha male setting. So we just straight up address the situation. Wham, bam, it's done. Some people you can't do it with. You just, like Doc said, just no reaction because you're not going to gain anything from it. You might as well just go on with your life.
No, which comes
ultimately
comes down to the old time question, right? When you react and you handle things, is it better to be feared or be respected? I prefer to be respected.
I'm not going to comment. That's for another me and you conversation.
But you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day when you're thinking about to react or not to react, or an appropriate level of reaction, an appropriate way of handling a situation.
Right.
Is it better to be feared or respected? Now, personally, I prefer to be respected. You know, when situations arise, my first knee-jerk reaction is smash. And then I sit back and I think about it and I chew on it, and then I start weighing out options. And I guess that's me being more political. As I get older, I start thinking about different options and repercussions. And where, if I do this, where's it going to end me? Where am I going to end up? So, yeah, there was a time that, you know, I collected a lot of side view mirrors, kicked in a few doors, dented a few hoods, you know, with some get back whips and things like that. I mean, I have a get back whip with an 8-ball at the end of it. But Yeah, from a pool table. But, today's day and age with everything going on, that knee-jerk reaction is not always a good one.
Yeah, that's what I've had to learn because
20 years ago, that was the only reaction. But I guess that comes as you get older and you get a little bit more mature, a little more experience of what would be an appropriate reaction to reach your objective or your goals.
okay, is it that, or are you got to a point in your life that you have more to lose than you did when you were younger?
Well, yeah, there's that aspect of it too. But at the end of the day, if I lose it all today, I'll build it back up tomorrow. As long as I still have a good foundation, I can always rebuild.
And this is why Doc Hurley comes on here. Oh, because I believe
out
that
a different perspective and have good conversation.
because I believe Jake. I said, well, they would have lost the mirror, but I do not recommend you doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, you put that out there, not me. I left it where you told me to leave it, and but no, I mean, ultimately there, it was a bunch of waving arms and hands and all that, but I just I finally worked my way through traffic and got off the road, took a different route. So no mirrors collected that day.
Yeah. Nori's
yeah,
right.
gliding on twos is right about that.
Did I freeze again?
Nope. Everybody's got a camera.
Yep.
I don't have to have respect if you will buy me beer.
Tell you what, Dallas, I won't buy you a beer. I'll buy you a pork roll with cheese.
Oh, yeah. Dallas wants ice cream, not beer.
They want some pork roll with cheese.
These guys will not leave me alone because I make references to ice cream all the time.
Well, I also eat a lot of ice cream too.
All the time I'm getting messages about frozen cow juice. All right. These guys.
What a good old lady. She brings me water.
Oh, yes. Outback. When I was younger, I thought I knew more than those before me. As I get older, I learned that I know less than what I thought, and I knew when I knew when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing better than me. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell I'm alive.
I sit there and wonder how the hell I lived through my teens.
Dude, I get in some conversations with some people, and I'm like, how in the hell am I alive when I hear these stories about the dumb shit I did?
And that was just yesterday.
I know.
You did dumb shit.
Damn it, Doc. Don't tell everybody. Jeez.
Oh, wait. I don't want to incriminate you.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
See, now they're going to talk about ice cream. Holy crap.
Listen, Rocky Road, some hot fudge, whipped cream. Gotta have the sprinkles and the cherry on top. I'm good.
I'm not going to say what Miss Hellbelly said. Yeah, I should. She likes steak. That's right, boys.
Nothing wrong with a good filet mignon either. Or New York strip.
You still do dumb shit. Thanks, babe. Don't tell everybody. Jeez.
No.
Number one fan right there.
See, you got fans. I don't have any fans.
Dude, so it's been great. I mean, just live chat. Holy crap. The conversation I was watching happen in here, this is exactly why I do these videos. They were talking back and forth. Everybody was getting their side in. Nobody was screaming and yelling and fighting at each other. Awesome job, guys. Awesome job.
Mhm.
Let's see what we got. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here in a minute because tomorrow is a work day and people gotta go to work.
Ooh, Description made a good comment.
Description. Respect is a different topic. Fear keeps them humble. Take what you want. I can't read that. Let's say lane control topic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And don't give back. Well, I'm not going to say it because.
Well, respect is something that is earned.
Yeah.
And you earn it every day. I will give it to you, and you have to earn it every day. And the day that you stop or you start disrespecting me is the day you've lost it. And let me tell you, you don't want to be on that side of the fence. I will give you the shirt off my back, and I will freeze in the cold so you can stay warm. But as soon as you disrespect me, trust me, I will take that shirt back and then some.
Oh.
And I'm sure you're the same way, Hells.
I am, even though I've gotten burned so many times.
Absolutely. But
So
that's how
many
you
times.
find out who's true or not. The ones that don't burn you are the ones that are true.
Well, that's how you become the villain of a lot of people's stories. And then once the whole thing comes out, then people are like, oh, okay.
Night, Gio.
There's a comment in there. I'm not going to bring it up unless Doc wants to actually address it.
Let's do it.
All right. Because it specifically one.
Address nation, Doc. Like one nation under God? Or are we talking about this nation versus or that nation or that nation?
There you go. It's probably that one. This nation, this nation.
But people are using the word nation to describe a group of people, which by definition, a nation is a group of people within an area.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is a social media area or a landmass area, it's still a nation. But, some people pledge allegiances to different nations per se that contradict each other. So sometimes it's mixed loyalties, depending on the moment and time. And to me, if you support this nation and this space and that, then tomorrow you support that nation in that space and this nation on another day in that space, then you're really not loyal to any nation. So you really shouldn't be part of a nation.
Yeah. I mean, I know where she's getting to.
Oh, I do too. I'm just trying to think of the most appropriate way of wording it. I guess you could say, when an individual says their group is a nation, it could ruffle the feathers of actual nations. But it's a free country and you have the free speech.
Right. Right. But at the same time, like any decisions, you have to be willing to face the consequences if you if you choose to do it.
Yep.
But I think it's also getting a great example is what I see a lot now. People be like, "Oh, I have this friend," but you're really not a friend. You're just your acquaintance. You know them, but you're not actually friends. But everybody says it. I got a friend. I got a friend. When it's really just an acquaintance, or you've done business with them before.
Right.
It might be, to me, it might be going down that line. It's like whether intentionally or not intentionally, people are starting to blur what the certain words mean.
Right. Like the term brother.
Yeah.
Going right back to that, that gets blurred all the time. To me, a brother is somebody that'll go to hell and back with you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who, if they get arrested, is not going to rat you out to save their own skin. Somebody that will take a bullet for you and you take a bullet for them, or, not rat them out. Or somebody calls you in the middle of the night, says, "Yo, I'm stuck. I really need some help. Can you help me out?" A true brother would sit there and say, "Absolutely. Handle the situation, get them into a safe spot, and then another day, if they were wrong, address it with them."
Now you're getting into now you're getting into something.
You want to have a good conversation? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So brother, excuse me, a brother. What you're talking about right there. Like me, if I feel like I'm a true brother to somebody, you don't have to explain yourself. You just call me. I will be there. We'll talk about it later. Let's just handle the situation. You don't have to explain shit to me. We just got to get the situation taken care of.
Whether the situation is just getting you out of there, or we're going to handle business and get bloody, or
whatever.
It could be something as simple as a ride.
Right. But in the same sense, when we're in, say the situation happens, I show up, I don't agree with it. My true brother is never wrong in public. We will handle it in private. We're just going to handle the situation, and then me and him will have another conversation nowadays somewhere else.
Yep. At a different time, when everybody's in a different mindset, because usually when you get that call, tensions are high, or people are nervous, people are scared, and people are excited. And that's not the time to have a conversation with somebody. You wait a day or two, wait till you're both in a good place, and sit down, have a beer, talk about it, laugh about it, handle it. And if that person was wrong, hopefully they'll see the fact that, hey, you know what, you're right, I was wrong, but thank you for being there for me and being a brother.
Yeah. And what people don't realize, it could be you had a wreck, or you're out of town and something's going on and you need me to come help. It's not always dangerous like people think.
No. It could be as simple as, hey, I was at a bar, I had too much to drink. I know you got to get up and go to work in the morning, but it's 2:00 in the morning and I need a ride home because I was drinking way too much.
Yeah. It's
And it could be something as simple as that.
Yep.
You made sure they got someplace safe, which is their house. And you go home and you go to work the next day. A couple of days later, you call them up and say, that's pretty fucked up that you went out and got drunk, got stupid. I'm grateful that you called me to make sure you got home safe. But next time, maybe don't drink so damn much.
Right.
On a work night.
But here's back in the day, wasn't that just called being neighborly, helping your neighbor out, making sure that you neighbor took care of neighbor?
That
type of
was
thing?
back in the day. We're talking today.
I'm just saying.
Today, if I called my neighbor up and says I need a ride, they'll probably hang up the phone on me. I call brother and says I need a ride. I know for a fact that brother will be there to pick me up.
Oh, so Outback. He's only ever had one true brother. They both had each other's backs. He passed away in 07. And he ain't never had another brother like him and don't know that he ever will.
Well, you won't find one just like him. You might find somebody who's similar.
Why, yeah, that can earn the title
That
brother.
respect. Because to me, that term comes with respect. If you respect each other, you
Yeah.
know, that's a term that's earned, not given. In my opinion, there are people who have different opinions and they're entitled to that different opinion. But I come from a different cloth, a different background, same as you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't throw that word around lightly. It's like
No.
you'll hardly ever hear me say it.
Nope.
Doesn't mean that we're not friends to the point that I'm not going to help you.
Exactly.
But getting to that level, that's a different level type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now you're talking family.
Yep.
You can't pick your relatives, but you could pick your family.
God dang. Oh, these guys in the chat are cracking me up. Between the freaking graybeards in the chat are cracking me up. Toby comments from his experience in this context. If you walk up to a person, a stranger to you, in a, I don't know why he put COCMC, but, and introduce yourself and address them as brother, you are wrong and at risk of trouble.
Absolutely.
Just let you know, COCMC is two different things. But yeah.
Well, depending on geographics, some places it's the same thing. You can't be one without being in the other.
Doc, we are not getting that deep into it right now.
Well, just saying, you said one thing and I had to rebuttal because some areas are like that.
Well, hang on. One thing's this over here, and to be this here, you have to be a part of this here.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So if you want to be part of this, and you have this, and you want to be this. I'm glad I made you laugh.
Oh, I was about to add to it. So you're very good at this. But yeah. All right. This has gone long enough. Doc and I are getting ourselves.
Funky.
Yeah. Jake's just, I don't know what he's doing.
This is a little bit out of my realm.
Yeah, but you're soaking it in. I can see it. You're like a sponge.
I'm trying to be. I got 2 graybeards to listen to.
Don't listen to me. I'll get you in trouble. Listen to Doc.
Hey.
Sometimes I got to learn what not to do.
I'm not a graybeard because old people go gray. Bikers go chrome. I'm a chrome beard.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey, who you calling a graybeard?
You young whippersnapper, you.
I got more hair on my chin than you got on your head.
And he was so aggravated today, he pulled his hair out. All of it. Except for that, a dirty spot on your face.
that little bit.
Yeah, it's coming in.
Had a week of leave, so finally got to get a little scruff.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. You got a chia pet going on there.
No, I had to run my Doc Harley impression.
You got a lot to grow there.
Well, it's the best I
And
can
hair,
do in a
too.
week, okay?
And hair too.
Oh, that ain't ever happening.
All right. Well, this is the end of the show where I love to give my guests a chance to do their final thoughts and any advice or anything they want to say. And I'm gonna send it out to the rookie to start off tonight.
All right. Well, ride your ride, respect others, and learn as much as you can from those who are willing to impart wisdom on you.
It's good advice. Good advice. All right. The man, the myth, the legend.
Hell's on two wheels.
Hey, me. Doc Harley. Before he says his, you guys need to go over, check him out. His watch his content, because dude, you guys missed a good afternoon. Like, it was a good time to see in the chat, watching them work on the motorcycle. Enjoyed it. Even though I was editing and I missed you saying something, I'm like, well, what's taking so long about the push rods? And I was like, oh yeah, he's letting them bleed down. But
I was actually watching his chain conversion video and his brakes.
Yeah, if you want to see
Good
how
videos.
to fix it, watch Doc Harley. You want to see how to fuck it up, watch me. We're good.
Well, hold on. I do stuff there that breaks it too.
Well, I do no fixing. I just do breaking. Break. All right, Doc, give us your wisdom.
All right, my wisdom is when you don't agree with somebody because you have a different point of view, look at them and says, hey, we could agree that we disagree, respect each other's point of view, and move on. Life's too short.
That is excellent. For me, love me, hate me, whatever you want to do, you're still talking and interacting with each other, which is an awesome way to be within what we do. The only way you're going to understand somebody is by talking to them and having a conversation. Get out there, hit the road, meet people, and just enjoy life. And with that, man, we'll see you sometime, whenever,
Peace.
Later.
Are you ready to take your ride to the next level? Introducing H2 Performance, your destination for suspension technologies. At H2 Performance, we believe in the thrill of the open road, the rush of adrenaline, and the pursuit of exceptional performance. Suspension Technologies' cutting-edge aftermarket suspension systems are meticulously engineered to deliver superior control, stability, and comfort. Feel the difference as you conquer any road condition with precision, confidence, and control. Suspension Technologies combines advanced technology with years of expertise, bringing you the finest suspension upgrades for your Harley-Davidson or trike. Join the growing community of riders who have experienced the Suspension Technologies difference. Don't settle for an ordinary ride when you can experience extraordinary. Upgrade your suspension with Suspension Technologies and elevate your ride to new heights. Visit our website at www.rideh2.com to discover the perfect suspension solution for your ride. H2 Performance. Unleash the power of your ride.
Always ride responsibly and within the limits of the law and your abilities.
Ride H2.